Okay, so we're back with just a little technical difficulty, but we was on the Major League Baseball cap proposal. And what I was saying was that Rob Manfred works for the Yankees, Dodgers, the whole league. So if they're coming with a proposal for a salary cap, I think the owners are saying it's okay. We're willing to share this revenue if it's equal. And it makes sense because what's costing baseball valuations not go up is that it's like any business. There's no fixed costs. If I'm trying to buy a business from you, Javon, and I can't know, hey, I'm going to spend $1 million in just expenses alone. And
Yeah,
you like, it varies up and down. How can you evaluate the
yeah,
business?
that's a good point. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
So I
So
understand
if
why
these teams are willing to shed the space,
yeah,
then I'm fine.
yeah, I'm all for it.
I don't know if they are ready. How many votes did they need to pass this? Is my thing. Like, what's baseball's percentage to pass something?
I would assume 23 out of 30, but I could be wrong. I'm not, I know
And
that's the
there's
NBA.
8 teams that need to get under.
Yep.
I'm sure of those. I wouldn't be shocked if it was just 23 owners that went and said yes. Then,
Yeah. I would,
because you tell I cannot think the Dodgers
no,
would be
Dodgers
willing
wouldn't.
to do this.
No. The Yankees would. Steinbrenner, Hal is not his daddy. That's just
No,
simple as
and,
that.
and the money just ain't the same as it was.
No. I think the Dodgers and the Mets are the only team that would definitely abstain to it.
So I mean, and it would increase competitiveness from the sense of those teams that have to shed that salary. They got to trade them something.
Yeah, and then you could get guys, and I saw also the
And
proposal.
we wouldn't have to worry about, and we're going to talk about this later in the show, every year, Pittsburgh finds a good player,
Yes,
got to trade him to the Yankees.
exactly.
Detroit finds a good player, got to trade him to the Dodgers.
Exactly. So Skeens has a chance to finish his career in Pittsburgh now, or you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that makes a lot of sense. And I gotta say this: Miami, Minnesota, and Pittsburgh over 10, 15 years ago, they all got new stadiums and they don't spend money. And a lot of those money, it was
And
public
all those
money.
stadiums are paid by the taxpayers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's wrong on those organizations to be taking money from the states or the whatever counties
State and the city.
state in the
county.
city, in the
Yeah,
counties, taking money, Javon, and not reinvest it back into the team. So
Yeah.
no, there has to be a floor. That's it. I'm definitely about, but I do think for the trade-off of players for a cap, I love what I saw. Only 4 years. They probably should do 5 years, and then you could become a free agent, I think it was, or some type of level of
Yeah,
that.
so I'm players. I'm like, if we're doing this,
Yes.
arbitration is done.
Done.
Arbitration-
5 years the most.
We're tearing the whole system down.
Exactly.
As soon as we get called up, 4-year deal, team option,
For fifth? Yeah, I'm for that.
team option for a fifth, and then I can be an unrestricted free agent.
Some of these guys
If
be
we don't come to
25.
terms on an extension. Yeah.
Exactly. 25, 24 free on the open market. I'm all for that. That's why, because
No
you can make more money.
franchise tag and no restricted free agency is what I'm fighting for.
I'm fighting for that. If you could do that,
Then I
Have
can
a
meet
cap.
you in the middle. Yeah.
have a cap and an international baseball draft. I do think that's because
Yes.
international baseball, you could pay the guy the most. No, if Ohtani wants to come over here, he needs to be drafted.
Yeah.
And I think it's fair because and again, I don't want to make it because it sounds like Sal Grayson, my Yankees is doing for a long time. The Dodgers they get the pick of the litter.
The Dodgers can't get every Asian baseball player.
It can't be. You know what I mean? Like, and I understand it's closer to fly home and stuff. And they all want to go there or California, San Diego. But
we
they
got
can't
the
get
Angels
everybody.
and the daggone Diamondbacks and the daggone
It's-
Giants too.
Yeah. But and no, they don't want to go there. They want to play in LA. They want to play in Dodgers. We got to have an international. Those are the things I would do if I was baseball. But free agency has to change because you have some guys coming free agents, haven't signed these Roman Anthony, signed these long O'Connor from Pittsburgh, signed these long-term deals, and they're not going to be free agents to 28, 29 years old. That got to go. Got to go. And they're signing the arbitration years away. That got to go. By 4 or 5 years, I could be a free agent at 24, 25. That makes sense to me.
And you won't have young players getting duped into contracts that are just terrible for them, like Samuel Basayo right now. I don't know who advised him to sign that deal, but they're dumb because Orioles are about to be stealing.
Ron Acuna.
That brother is playing great, and they don't have to pay him double digits. Like, man.
And I get the security, but they're robbing some of these guys with these long-term extensions. Like baseball needs an overhaul.
Acuna.
What are you, man? Acuna could be making $40-50 million a year. Like, no disrespect to Vladdy, but he shouldn't be paid more than Acuna. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they're robbing these. And I get it. If I'm a young kid, I'm poor, I come from the islands or whatever, I could lock my family up for 50, 60, 70 million dollars after taxes. I'm going to do it. But that's wrong for baseball, and your teams are not spending money, especially when you take a taxpayers' money to build stadiums. That's wrong. I'm not a fan of that. I'm all for a cap in baseball. I'm excited, and I just hope they don't lose games for it, because I do agree. The social media ever, you can get lost if you go away for a long time.
I hope they don't lose a full season. I'll be honest with you, Sean. The NBA. Well, when does baseball start? Baseball starts around March Madness, right?
Yes, March. Yeah. Yep.
March Madness, the last month of the NBA regular season. Excuse me, the NBA playoffs and the Stanley Cup playoffs can get me through to June. Baseball cannot start after Memorial Day.
No.
If the players want to fight this, I need a resolution to where opening day is Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
You can't lose any more time than that. You can lose the first 2 months. You cannot lose any more time than that.
Will you think that'll be like a 100-day season?
Something like that. I'll be honest with you. If they want to, the players want to do that too. If it's a cap, it's limited how much money we're making, then we're going to shorten the season. And if baseball is played from Memorial Day to Labor Day,
that's good.
I'm fine with it.
I'm
fine with that being the regular season.
I would say this though, because it's going to be a strike for a little bit,
and they save these pitchers' arms.
Oh yeah, which would be great. We get the best pitchers. I would say that the baseball
and you won't have to compete with the NBA. I'm fine with Memorial Day to Labor Day regular season.
Okay, I didn't, and that summer used to be baseballs, and now we talk about there's nothing to watch in June, July, and August. That's a problem. We don't. But I'm talking about the casual fan. Yeah. That's a problem. Oh, that's a dead time in sports. I'm like, baseball's still going on. Like, so I think baseball needs to figure that part out. But also, if they do the strike and it starts on Memorial Day, because I agree with you, great point. Please let it be a team has like the NBA like a year or two to gradually get under the cap. You can't just say the Dodgers to trade half their team you got to gradually like, hey, you're going to pay a significant penalty over the next 2 years. I think that's the most fairest way to get under the cap and go that way.
All right. More changes in policies in these leagues. It's a new draft lottery in the NBA, and I'm be honest with Sean, I'm not a fan of it. So break it down. 3-2-1 rule in the lottery has been expanded from 14 teams to 16. The 3 worst records in the league are now only going to get 2 lottery balls. The 7 remaining non-play-in teams are going to get 3. The 9th and the 10th seeds in the play-in are going to get 2. And then the losers of the 7 versus 8 play-in games are going to get 1 lottery ball. The relegated team, that means the top 3 teams, they can't pick any lower than 12. And then there are some restrictions that will start in the 27 draft. A team cannot receive a number 1 pick in 2 consecutive years, and they can't receive a top 5 pick in 3 consecutive years. They can't protect picks top 12 through top 15 in trades. The second round, the first 16 picks will be inverse of the first round order, and the non-lottery teams will be inverse of regular season records. after the 29 draft, there will be a vote whether to continue this system or go to a new one. And there is a anti-tanking in this thing where the league has the ability to reduce teams' lottery odds and modify their draft positions and impose significant fines. I don't know.
There's a lot. All right, I'll go first. So I would say this: if I'm the Chicago Bulls, I'm going to be one of the 3 worst teams in the league. Am I going to incentivize development or getting guys hurt or whatever, pushing guys to come back to play for 1 extra lottery ball? Someone has 3, the other teams have 2. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be honest. I think it's the luck of the draw at that point wins that slim odds for everybody. At that point, if you're meant to win the lottery or that's what it's going to happen. Simple as that. So I don't think it's going to stop tanking completely. I do think it's going to be like, okay, some the middle teams, that 4 to 10, more of a competitive balance. We're not going to see outright tanking like we did this year. So that's one. But the teams that are bad and still need to be bad, like Chicago, they're going to tank anyways. They have to. And just take your odds whether you can. The only thing I don't like is this. I don't think it's fair. That's why I understand when Memphis voted against this. That a team can't be in the top 5 3 years in a row. That's
it messes up a trade they made with Utah. That's why Memphis voted against it.
Yeah, which is fine because it devalues that pick.
Yeah.
But Utah's not going to be in the top 5 this year. Like, well, actually, now you have a chance if they make the play-in and they lose because they could be a play-in team. The West is tough. But I think they're going to be a better team than that. But anyways, so I don't think it's fair because what San Antonio did. That's luck. That's just what God has for them. I don't believe in that stuff. So I would get rid of that 3-year rule. I'm not mad because how many times have a team won back-to-back lotteries?
It doesn't even happen.
It doesn't even happen. So I could care less about the rule. The 5-year rules, what I did, and I think it's a better way to keep every team competitive because it was ridiculous this year. We did the NBA notes. At some point, I was struggling to find notes. Yeah, that was disgusting.
Teams that had 28 different guys start for them this season and had 41 different starting lineups. Like,
that's crazy. Thank God I wasn't doing the play notes anymore because that would have been crazy to keep up with all those bad teams like in that. That's ridiculous. So yeah, I like that part, but I still do think the philosophy, the worst teams will be trying to get, and you're just gonna figure out the laws. I wouldn't have dropped them to 10th, 11th, 12th, the bottom 3. More like 8, 9, and 10. That's what I would have done. But that's
why? Like, but here goes my thing. If I'm bottom 3, and it's just how the NBA works. If I'm bottom 3, I'm probably a small market team. I've got no way to improve but to get a transformational player in the draft. And you're going to kill my odds to do that? How am I supposed to get better?
Well, I don't think it's just subscribed to a small market team. The Celtics tank to get Tatum. Wow.
No. What I'm saying is most years, if you are in the bottom 3, you're a small market. Are you not?
No. Some teams you are purposely trying to lose. Like the Lakers won a top 3 pick over the last 5-10 years. No, Detroit's not a big market team. San Antonio's not a big market team. Utah, you might be making a point.
How often are the Lakers in the Celtics, in the Knicks, in the Sixers top 3? Forget the process. Like we ain't even about to sit here and Sam Hinkie can go to basketball hell.
Yeah.
How often are they in there? And do you ever see multiple of them in the lottery, like me in the top 3? I'm saying the top 3 worst records. It does not happen very often.
It's not.
So
no.
I'm Utah. If I'm Salt Lake, where no one wants to live. If I'm Denver, where no one wants to live. I'm Sacramento, where no one wants to live. I'm Portland, where no one wants to live. I'm Orlando, where I damn sure don't want to live because I'm in the NBA. I'm single and I'm making $45 million. Or I want to be a little further south of Orlando.
Facts.
Milwaukee, where no one wants to live. Cleveland, where no one wants to live.
Yeah.
Memphis, where these soft
Memphis.
NBA players don't want to live. San Antonio, where no one wants to live. OKC, where no one wants to live. What am I? In New Orleans, where no one wants to play for. How am I supposed to build?
Damn, you just named a lot of small market teams. All I can think about is, I can't lie. When you're saying all those teams, I understand that. So what? I'm like, well, Seattle don't have a team. Vegas don't have a team. Nashville don't have a team. Mexico City don't have a team. Austin doesn't have a team. I'm thinking of all these teams that are bigger markets that deserves teams over Milwaukee, Sacramento, and all that BS. But anyways, I digress. It's definitely going to hurt them. But think about this. A team like Miami, who for some reason, they're the Pittsburgh Steelers of the NBA, refuses to rebuild. But they lose in the tournament. I do think it's some level of reward of being in the play-in tournament and have a chance now with the bottom 3 teams to go get a Cooper Flag.
So here go my thing. Now I'm penalizing teams who actually need it and rewarding the teams who are too dumb to realize they need to tear it down. He don't deserve to be rewarded for their delusions.
But
Sean, hold on. Don't switch up on me.
No, I'm not gonna
You're Mr. in the middle.
Okay.
Don't switch up on me on this one.
I'm not gonna. I would have. You know me. I would have been trade Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo 2 years ago after the finals run. When Jimmy gone, the next year they would have been gone. I'm be real. That's just me, right? But in this new system, it rewards you the same amount of it being bad to have 2 lottery picks to make the tournament. So why not try to make the tournament and have a chance? And I'm not gonna lie though. Would I tank the tournament to have a better lottery odds in a draft that has this year's draft or a Cooper Flag or Wimpy?
But how do you take the play-in?
Oh.
If you guys have to play, embarrassed to leave like that on national TV. Silver's docking your pick.
Yeah, good point. Oh, he had to. Okay,
they got that power.
They got the power now. Good point. Good point. All right. So what do you want me to tell you? All right. So in this system, what are you trying to tell me? So I should tell teams to tank?
I just don't know what you're supposed to do to build your team anymore, dog.
I don't know. Like your odds are, listen. In this rule, I'm all for tanking, being bad, and building up. I'm never going to change that. But in this NBA, you should not be the worst team. But if you're 4-10,
I just don't think off the rip you're supposed to be penalized for being bottom 3 record. If you're consistently like if it was 3 years straight of bottom 3, you lose a ball, that's fine. But if you're bottom 3, period, you lose a ball, bro. Maybe I just stink. Y'all thought about the Kings. We just stink.
Kings to Chicago, I'm the worst team.
The thing about the Bulls, I just stink, man. Yeah,
you're gonna stink next year.
I need some help.
Chicago,
like that's like you know what? You know what I call teams like that?
What?
I call them the prayer line. You know, that's the brother just coming in from the streets and just he need to get his life together. I'm just turning to the Lord. Pastor, pray for me. Don't turn me away from the halls of the sanctuary. Help me. Lead me. Pray for me. That's the Kings and the Bulls. And you're turning them back to the street. They're trying to come to the Lord and you're pushing them back to the devil.
All right. Then what's your idea to solve what we saw? We done the NBA notes the last 2 years, Javon. So yes, we know more than anybody.
If it was 3 years in a row of being bottom 3 record, then you lose a ping pong ball. Matter of fact, if you made it 3 years in a row, I'd be cool with you taking 2 ping pong balls from them. But it can't be 1 year. I'm getting penalized for 1 year of being bottom 3, Sean.
No, and because what people are doing, they're doing my extreme rules of tanking. They're bottoming them out.
No, it's stuff like that. Also, you gotta make changes not to the draft, but to the regular season policy. Like, if you put out more than 20 starting lineups in a single season, you're getting fined and you're losing a ping pong ball. Like the obvious signs of tanking.
Okay. I could agree
If
with
you
that.
put out more than 20 starting lineups in a season, you're getting fined and you're losing the ping pong ball. If you have more than 8 guys to have started a game for you this season, you're losing the ping pong ball. What's another sign, Sean? Because we do these notes. There's another telltale somewhere in there.
If your starters are healthy and they play only the first half and they sit the whole second half, you could lose a ping pong ball. Like people were doing that, or guys playing like 15 minutes and then
Okay, so I
sit.
got you right here. You have a guy who started at least 41 games, and they averaged fewer than 36 minutes. If you got 3 of those guys, you lose the ping pong ball. You got 3 guys who started at least 41 games, and they averaged fewer than 36 minutes. You lose the ping pong ball. You're tanking.
I think the obvious sign was what Utah was doing.
And Utah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How many blown fourth quarter leads do you have? And I'm gonna look at when you pulled your starters.
Yes.
Utah would have lost the ping pong ball this year.
Utah,
and
Washington.
last year.
Yeah. And Washington. Washington, God bless them. And I know you're happy you're getting AJ and stuff like that. But I would do a lot of their notes. That was crazy. That wasn't basketball. They were putting guys on who would never play in the league, Javon. Like that. Imagine you went to the game and paid for that crap. And I'm still mad they gave up 83 points.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Sean. Wizards tickets only cost about $15 anyway. So I mean,
no, they cost my man Kobe's spot at number 2. Come on, man. That's ridiculous, yo.
The referees cost Kobe's spot.
I don't care.
I'm saying it ain't even about Kobe at that point. At that point, it's about the game.
Yeah,
you let a guy go 7 for 23 from 3, and you rewarded him with 83 points. You let somebody shoot 46 free throws. That's what raps. I'm sorry. I can't kill the Wizards for that game. He'd have had like 50. I can't kill the Wizards. I can't kill them for the 83 though. About 30 of those, I got to get on the refs for. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I think know what it is, and this is my last point. In this era, we had Atlanta move up. We've had Dallas move up in the last 5 years and get the first pick, and they wasn't bottom 3. If I'm missing, San Antonio moved up to number 2 last year. I don't know if San Antonio was better at 3 or 4 when they got Wemby that year. I do think that I'm still going to tank, and I'm still going to try to get the best lottery, and that's just what it is. I don't think, but I'm not going to take as egregiously as these other teams because I do want to get as many odds to get in the 4 to 10 range.
I'm not. Here's my thing, and I think this is the NFL way about it. The front office can build bad teams. But what I need are basketball coaches that mimic these football coaches. Like, all right, they gave me crap to work with. But if I have a game that I'm winning, I'm not going to just throw it. That's the issue. They're throwing the games. Front offices can build a bad team, and they can give their message to the head coach. Hey, we don't want to win too much. We want to develop some of these young guys. But when you have a game that you are about to win, you can't throw it. That's where my issue with the tanking is.
If you were going off of our rules, I'm looking at the lottery right now, and obviously tanking this year, the lottery, the order. The team who deserved number 1 pick was the Atlanta Hawks.
And that was, it's technically not their pick.
Doesn't matter.
No, because the odds apply to the team whose pick it originally was. So,
New Orleans wasn't trying to tank, though.
So then you say New Orleans deserves it, and then that pick goes to Atlanta.
Yeah, New Orleans was not trying to tank because they had no reason to try to tank at this point.
Yeah.
So, and I would even say, well, Indiana was trying to tank. So, if we're going off of the new rules, the number 1 pick in this draft, by fairness, should have been Atlanta. Number 2 should have gone to Miami. Number 3, I would give Milwaukee because they were still trying to play their guys. And 4, I would give Oklahoma City.
Yeah, if I look at this lottery, Hornets, Heat, Clippers, Warriors, Bucks, Pelicans. I might throw the Pacers in there.
Well, even Warriors, yeah. Huh?
I might throw the Pacers. I might. Because
And Sacramento, actually.
They just didn't have any talent.
I take that back.
And Doug Christie with the Kings. Yeah.
Sacramento deserved, if everything was right and everything was just, Sacramento deserved the number 1 pick in this draft. Because they actually were bad, but they were playing their guys. So I would give Sacramento and Atlanta, New Orleans, the top 2 picks in this draft, based off our rules this year.
All right, we got some quick hitters. Sean, is Caitlin Clark becoming a problem? She's second in turnovers, shooting 41% from the field. She tends to forget her head coach is her head coach. Going at the ref. I got Sophie Cunningham and gassed her up. I don't know.
It looks like that Stephanie White's going to be one and done, I think, over there, because she shouldn't be. And I like her taking her out the game, calling her out. I love that. But Caitlin has not been Caitlin this year. She's not been one of the best players in the WNBA.
If there were 2 people who told y'all this was going to be the case. Shout out my boy Dre Day, who I saw watching him.
People allowed to have bad seasons too, right?
But this is who she is as a player. We got me, Dre Day, Diana Taurasi, Cheryl Swoops. Y'all killed us for saying that's not going to translate. She's going to have to change up a little bit to be great in the W. And she has not changed. And we saw her team make it to the Final Four without her last season. And you insert her back this year, and they are worse. They are worse defensively because of her. Their offense is worse because she takes these terrible shots and turns the ball over left and right. She is not a problem. She is the problem with the Fever.
Yeah, it looks like it, because she was the added piece that I thought they were going to go to the finals this year, to be honest with you. They won the Final Four last year. So, but there's a huge problem. And they're going to pick her over the coach.
And that offense flows way better for Raven Johnson at the wing than her.
Better. It's a bad start over there.
All right, Sean, the Magic hired your boy Sweeney as head coach, and the Sixers are taking Mike Gansey from Cleveland's front office.
Love Sweeney. I thought he would be perfect in Dallas. I would want to be with Cooper, but in Orlando, that style, that in the East, he reminds me of a young Jeffrey and Gundy type of guy. He's gonna be a really good coach for a long time. And he's the mastermind behind that defense in San Antonio. Like that, Gansey, good luck. Philly looks like they're in no man's land. You just gotta hope and pray someone takes Paul George's contract next season when he's expiring, and then just build around those 2 guys. And you got Bob Myers there, who's basically the de facto president, but he doesn't want to say it.
Yeah, I don't. Orlando, to me, head coach is one issue to fix. Still got something to do with that roster. Philly, yeah, congrats on beating the Celtics. That's all I got for you. Will Wade's antics. College basketball is pissed at him. They've been calling my boy Jeff Goodman to complain. LSU's average age is at 23 right now. They got former professionals on this team. Like RJ Luis, I remember when Temple was recruiting him, and he chose UMass instead. And then he transferred to, he had one stop before St. John's. I can't remember what it was. But either way, and then that brother just spent like the last year or two with Boston and Utah's G League teams. And then Will Wade pays him. And then they pay some guy from overseas that's like 23, 24 that's played professionally. College basketball is better without the Will Wades of the world. Simple and plain.
Yeah, it's ridiculous what's going on in college basketball. They got to switch it. We need government assistance. We need something. Guys, I saw Matt Barnes saying, you're 22, 24.
We just need guys who don't want to be dicks. Let's just call it like it is. That's all Will Wade is doing. You stabbed NC State in the back to go back to LSU as soon as you could. And then you do this right here. Like,
I'm not mad at him. Those are the rules they allow. Like, I'm not mad at Indiana football for having all those older guys.
No, but we just saw the NCAA strike down Bediako and the other old head who tried to come back, right?
Oh
So
yeah,
you
good point.
know it's not even a, you know it's not going to be allowed.
Good point. I forgot about those guys, and they didn't allow it, which they shouldn't. Once you play in a professional league overseas, anywhere, you should not be allowed to play college basketball. It's a college basketball. It's about young men playing this, but we're getting 23, 24, 25-year-old men. I can't co-sign this at all. It doesn't make sense.
Like my boy Melo said, I got a league over in Australia for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Mavericks and Jason Kidd have parted ways. Not mad at it. Jason Kidd has a shelf life as a head coach. Can't be in one spot for too
long. Little surprised, but I heard they didn't want a power struggle. He wanted to be the president of basketball operations. He has strong personality. I wonder who they're going to hire as that coach. But once you have Cooper Flagg, you have a blueprint. So it's a great job. And I think Jason Kidd I would be surprised if he's not like the Portland Trailblazers head coach or someone else.
That job needs to go to Tiago's way. He earned that job.
Absolutely. I agree.
Sean, the Cubs are the 12th team in history to have a 10-game winning streak and a 10-game losing streak in the same season. Last year's Cleveland team did it and came back from down 15 games in the Central to win that division. What makes the Cubs so special is they've had 2 10-game winning streaks this year. And then this 10-game losing streak that has them at just 4 games over 500. I just don't know when Chicago is going to get it together, Sean.
I've shot out Bust Only. I saw him say this. He said the Cubs, he said on PTI, the Cubs have the worst. They strike out the most and they strike out the people the least in baseball. That's not a good combination in this baseball. Like if you can't hit fastballs in the heater, this is a bad combination. And you can't strike out people in the era of strikeouts.
That's the more damning thing. This is the era of strikeouts.
Yeah.
You can't strike anyone out.
You can't strike people
Where's
out.
Shota Imanaga? I'm looking for you, man.
Yeah. Stealing money. So yeah, that's the biggest problem with Chicago. So that Central is wide open, man.
But at least it's still a good division, unlike the American League Central. Detroit, down to earth. Things have just gone bad since they sold that division lead last year. Underperformed in the playoffs, and now this year they are in last place, 22-38. The White Sox are 32-27. Yo, first of all, I'm gonna go ahead give them their respect because you know how I talk about the White Sox. They're on the other side of Zion list. It won't be good again until Reinsdorf is gone. Shout out to Chicago. Shout out to the South Side guys.
Yeah.
But Detroit. And then right on cue. Is it going to be trade season for Tarek School? Soon as, and I mean, I'm talking as soon as I looked at their record on Friday, woke up Saturday and saw that. Whatever.
The only way you keep him if you think you have a chance to sign him because there's gonna be new rules. If not, I don't even know if I can take it. If I'm Detroit, I'm trading him, man.
Why am I giving up on the team 1 year after making the playoffs?
It's not about giving up on the team. Is that you gonna let him walk for nothing?
Yeah.
You can't let him walk for nothing. Not that was the worst thing OKC ever did with Kevin Durant. If you're a small market team, you cannot. That's why I heard the other day when they were like, oh, they'll pick up the options for Dort and Hartenstein so they can control where they move them to and they get something back. It's the smartest way to do it. You can't. You're not the Yankees. You can let Juan Soto go and go get Bellinger and all these guys and go Freed. You ain't the Yankees. You got to trade that
guy. Sean, we might have a renewed rivalry. The Chancellor Spurs may be on the line again. Texas Tech is attempting to buy out its week 1 opponent and the Longhorns' week 1 opponent, so they can play the Longhorns. I think they'd even go to Austin for that game because they don't like Steve Sarkisian not being able to keep their names out of his mouth. Sean, I love it. Now Texas Tech is splashing a lot of money these days.
Oof.
I hope the well doesn't run dry because So Teron Dickens, who was the best quarterback in FCS last year down in Western Carolina, I thought Syracuse was going to make a run at him because that's Fran's old school. And he knows a lot of the Miami guys on Syracuse's roster. He wound up choosing Carolina. Decommitted the other day. Looked at the comment section. Everybody saying it's because he's about to sign a deal with Texas Tech after the Brendan Schwartzman thing. So they're flashing a lot of money. This is what I want to see you flashing some money for. I love this. Y'all want to talk? All right. Get that cupcake game off y'all schedule. Y'all say we play a week schedule. We'll get this cupcake game off our schedule and let's replace it with you, who we should be playing every year anyway. Let's see if you're really about that action. I love it.
Cody Campbell, because I was like, this is a guy who's funding all this. Cody Campbell, the donor, is the oil and gas magnate. Okay. And he used to be a lineman for the Red Raiders. You got it. If I had money like that and UMass Low call me all the time, let it happen.
Boy, don't let me have it. Boy,
yeah.
I'd be making Coach Chaney proud. Yeah. Boy, we had the ACC begging for us. I promise you.
Of course.
That type of cheese.
Yeah. I'm mad at it. So if he wants, like, I'm in this era, you could pay for players and he's a billionaire. He's willing to pay. Mark Cuban got Fernando Mendoza to Indiana. Look what happened to them. I ain't mad at this. So they want to go buy him out and so they can play Texas week 1, bring them back. Yo, that's when you flaunting your cheese.
All pressure's on Texas now. Am I wrong?
Of course. You gotta back it up. Shock.
If Texas does not play this game, I don't want to hear nothing from Sark for the rest of his time in Austin. Period.
I gotta be honest. I don't want to hear anything from Sark until he wins some big games in Texas. And this year they have a talent. Yeah, come on, shut up. Like, be quiet. Win some big games. I know you've been to a playoff in there, but come on, Sark. Stop talking about other schools. This is a big year for them. They're gonna be one of the 5 best teams in the country coming into the year.
I don't know where I would put them in the preseason poll. I don't think it's going to be in the top 5. They got to show me something.
I'm a big Arch guy. I think he's gonna be the number 1 pick in the draft next year. You're not. That's what it comes down to.
Let me get through OV season. Let me get through the month of June. And when I come back from Baltimore after Juneteenth, because hold on. I got you. When I get back from Charlotte, when I get back from Media Days, which is like that 2nd, 3rd week of July this year, I'll start giving more thought to my back. So, end of July, on what I'm feeling about who this year.
The only good thing, man, I can't front. We're 3 months from September, and that's the only good thing is football is back. I can't lie. That's the only good thing is college and NFL. But let's enjoy our summer. Let's have a great summer.
What's wrong with the summer, man?
No, it's great for sports. I prefer football. I just do.
I hear you.
It's 2 best sports to watch.
I hear you. I'm not quite looking forward to this fall as much as I was last year.
You ain't traveling as much?
Boy, it's in the destinations.
Yeah.
Going from Atlanta to Charlottesville.
Yeah.
Dallas to Stores.
Ugh. That's ugly.
I got a little bit of, what y'all call it? Flight depression, trip depression, vacation depression, whatever it is. I got some of that.
Yes. You know how many times I passed through stores, I never stopped at UConn, making that drive from Boston to.
I've been to Connecticut once. I went to Uncasville, where Mohegan Sun is. For,
yeah.
Temple played Rutgers. That's the only time I've ever in my life thought of being in Connecticut.
It's funny because you see the sign and everything. You always like. We always say I had a funny running joke with my family. Connecticut's a state that should just not exist because it would just get us right to New York City.
Fake New Yorkers, and one has fake Bostonians.
Yeah, it's Connecticut. It has the WWE, or I don't know if it still does, and then it has UConn.
Well, hold on. I will say there's one other thing to Connecticut. Back in the day, I wouldn't have minded. I'd have gone to a live tape when it's Steve Wilkos and Jerry Springer.
Oh yes, it was there. That was my show growing up, Jerry Springer and Steve Wilkos show. I can't lie.
Well, I mean, hey, shout out Steve Wilkos. He went from being the bald security dude on Jerry Springer to having his own show. He used to toss that chair, get the hell off my stage.
Crazy
out stage, man.
Crazy how life works sometimes.
Man. All right, well, you got anything else for us?
Nah, game 7, game 1, Wednesday. Predicting this, the Knicks win game 1. I'm just gonna say that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's they'll be
Spur.
fresh. Panther scout. Mike Brown's a Spur. All right.
I'm not worried about the layover as much or the time difference because that's San Antonio Spurs' second youngest team ever in NBA Finals history. They should not complain about
They had
any.
yesterday off. They'll have today off.
Yeah, they should not be worried about that at all.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for us. We'll this is the time of year where our schedule definitely does start getting staggered. So
It does.
see you when you see you.
All right.